we have plural media, there's also opportunity for conversations about our national development priorities not to be hijacked by any groups of persons because we all have access to the media space to share ideas. Again, in the space of media pluralism, underserved groups, marginalized groups, etc., would have voice within the media space and also have opportunity for their needs to be included and accounted for in development. If you looked at it from the media practice point of view, so the practitioners, you were just alluding to the fact that working conditions are bad. Where there is pluralism, there's opportunity for practitioners to get jobs. And perhaps market forces competition will mean that they will be even better remunerated, etc., etc. So media pluralism is good for all sorts of reasons if we are looking at things from our development. And so I'm not surprised, and I'm sure nobody else is, that given the dream of our constitution towards a plural media environment, we have for the last 30 years vehemently pursued a pluralism agenda. And so today, as Samson was talking about, we have over 500 radio stations, 150 plus TV stations in operation, the newspapers we cannot count, and of course the online media are also there. So if anybody cared to observe what is happening in the Ghanaian media landscape, perhaps the conclusion will be that we live the media pluralist dream. In other words, we live in the ideal world, so long as practicing media in a manner that allows the expression of diverse, even opposed opinions to be made. But I question this premise that actually we live in the media pluralist dream. And it is because I ask, do we really practice media pluralism in Ghana? Indeed, is the Ghanaian media positioned to facilitate national development by providing a platform where, as the premise of the Constitution said, objective information is disseminated, different and opposed views are presented and shared, and enlightened public opinion is formed, and political consensus mobilized and achieved. Do we really have this in reality? Is the Ghanaian media presenting us with opportunity for this dream that the framers of the Constitution had when they were putting in those guarantees? I'm not too sure that we have, and I think that there are a few other people out there who would agree with me that we don't. What appears to be the case, rather, is what looks like a media pluralism facade, something that looks like we have media pluralism, but in reality is actually not that. I cite three examples, if you'd allow me to explain this. And in the State of the Ghanaian Media report, we allude to these three things that I'm coming to explain as the reason for inviting us to question the kind of media pluralism that we are practicing in the country. The first is political capture. The second is media empire building, a trend towards media empire building. And the last one is geographical diversity issues. So on the political capture, anybody who is watching the Ghanaian media scene would see that actually there's a lot of politics and political voices in our media. Indeed, MFWA data from, I think, 2018 reports that as much as a third of Ghana's media is owned by individuals who are highly politically exposed or connected. So there's a lot of, if you like, access and control from the political side of this country into our media. And that being the case, then other voices are being drowned out. And so little wonder that when you turn on the radio everywhere, or even the TV, a lot of the content, if it is talk show, news, etc., what is being spoken about tends to be dealing with partisan politics. It is because partly our media has, politics has made quite a big inroad into our media space. And a lot of media ownership is actually in the hands of politicians, and they bring their political color to the content that is produced on their platforms. They bring their political color to the voices that can have expression on these platforms. In fact, the reality is that that political capture is actually an NDC NPP capture. And so the other partisan political voices have also seemingly, at least to a large extent,